And good. Hello everybody, it's Maniac for Bricks, wandering around an empty hall. Not empty entirely, but most people have already called it a day. Because I have about 15 minutes. I'm going to do this as best as I can. I am not going to be able to do an entire mock walk because we had a whole bunch of other things happening, World of Lights, I was waiting on deliveries, and now we've got dinner and dessert under my way. I have also been doing a lot of posting through Instagram at Maniac for Bricks Official, where you can see on my story and as a separate highlight reel about BrickFair Alabama 2020. All the mocks, well, not all of the mocks, a lot of the mocks that I really enjoyed from the show I haven't already seen, or something intriguing about them that I got to see while walking around for a bit. Some of it was during World of Lights, so may have not always been the brightest, or just seeing it illuminated and not seeing the regular form of it. But either way, I wanted to still take you around, answer questions here and there. I've been talked with several times throughout the weekend and week as a whole about the channel, about how I don't have comments on the videos, about how the videos are all marked for kids. I don't know if it affects me. That's all I really don't know how to play with it, so I played the safest route, despite saying so, and I don't know if I change it back. I try to keep it not for kids, because yes, I am appealing to all kinds of people, not specifically kids, and therefore being able to have comments on. The comments are the biggest suffering that I would have on making everything made for kids, regulated, or whatever the case may be. But I was trying to play it safe because I thought it would be a problem marking it the wrong way. And I don't know if it's supposed to affect me, if it's just for the bigwigs or the ones who have actual problems with YouTube and such. But I'm going to drift off of that for now. Just going to leave those thoughts out there. I may be able to swing videos or more stuff in general to say it's not for kids and you'll be able to see comments. I don't know. So, Vision Bricks, thank you for joining the stream. But we're going to keep on going. I'm just going to go over some things that I thought were fascinating, and maybe a little bit after that if we have some time. So, how do I turn this around? There we go. So this I thought was adorable. The Flying Ace by Todd Miranda. A very cute version of Snoopy with pilot gear. He's got the house turned into a plane, like kind of playing off his imagination. Every good pilot needs a wingman. And it was nominated in Most Iconic Mock. Very nice. I didn't realize for a while that this was balancing on just those two pieces, the beak and the pole. I think that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I thought it was pretty impressive too. Let's see. This was pretty cool by Tony. It's maybe a little hard to see here, but it's a horse in really warm and cool colors. I love that. Really nicely done. And then seeing him close, a lot of unique blanks being used all throughout here. Mosaics are just wonderful, guys. Anywho, there's a couple things I actually didn't get a chance to see around here, but still thought were pretty neat. I got to see this during World of Lights, but it's still good. Best lighted mock. I'd say that pretty good. I'd say it was pretty good. There were definitely some parts that were just like, well, there are many other lighted mocks, and this one definitely stands out. But, to be fair, it's pretty consistent in how it's lighted. Let's see now. Oh, I know where to wander around to. There are some mocks that are repeats from other shows, so I'm not trying to brush them off, but I have seen this one before. It is still incredible. A lot of really good rock texture. But it's something I don't need to look at deeply again, the way that I looked at other ones. That seahorse is really good. I like that. That's actually the first time I saw this. Unfortunately, I don't have exact name, I believe Steven Erickson or John Snyder. It's just in between those two. Hopefully, we'll see way more roller coaster. I hope so. I hope Lego does something more, or at least in MOCs, it'd be nice to see more roller coasters or roller coaster like things. I've seen people use roller coasters in track in unique ways. Over here, we have the Gates of Caldwell by John Snyder. I will have to follow him. He's got some really impressive stuff here. This was a beaut. One of the first MOCs I really was like, that's basically art. New to me, the show. A lot of texturing that's done all throughout the MOC in all different kinds of pieces and all different arrangements. I really like the window designs as well. Giving me like a Helm's Deep, like Hobbit feel for how the castle structure was made. I also really like the windmill design, having a whole bunch of textures again for the roof and all around the sides of it. The pathway leading up, a lot of wedge plates used in there. Very nicely done. Well done. I'm surprised this doesn't have any kind of nomination. Unless it already won a show before, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't seen it in other shows. This is wonderful. But again, I have seen it before, so I don't have much to contribute here. But I do want to get to Stonehenge by Martin Harris. Accurate minifigure scaled display of Stonehenge 2200 BC. Even though it looks basic on structure, it still has a lot of unique uses for plates to create this disheveled look, that have wear and tear for the rock structures. I also like the pink pig in the middle of it. That's funny for me. I don't know if there's actually a reason for that, but it is remarkable. I also appreciate the Q&A about the stats of the MOC and the about half of it. 27 episodes of The Office watched whilst building. 45 Coke Zeros consumed during the building. 5 meals I forgot to eat whilst building. I love stats like that. They're just fun. Q&A or FAQ, things like that, they're fun to see with people's MOCs. And yeah, there are some legitimate questions in there people would constantly ask, so it is good to have a banner for it if you anticipate that. I also do appreciate that there is more in the Stonehenge arrangement, so you actually have more about facts about it, perhaps a visit to it. I mean, I don't know if this person actually went to see it in person, but it gives me the idea maybe they were inspired by it. Baby Vikings! I just noticed that now. That's adorable. I already noticed some of the castle stuff with the Vikings. This whole section is full of baby MOCs. I think that's a strangely wonderful idea. Baby train. That is actually really cool. How's it, Bricks? How's it going? And a Dave Frost. What's up? Very unique idea to bring to displays. Yep, absolutely. This baby daycare looking place is pretty fun. This is almost a JK Brickworks kind of vibe to it. Actually seeing the mechanisms move. And would have the wings flapping up and down. I'd like to bring your attention over to something that I thought was really cool. There are actually a whole bunch of MOCs in here I still need to take a look through again. I may be able to do that tomorrow morning and do a MOC walk part 2. I never really finish a MOC walk, unfortunately. There are still some that get left behind, overlooked, whatever the case may be, run out of time. It's a shame, but I still want to give props for the community in general still having wonderful things. And I will get to our YouTube community as well throughout here. But I want to take a look at Mark of Falworth Creations. He does have some socials. You can check those out. I believe I already subbed and followed him on at least 2 of them. Or maybe it was the other guy, Jonathan Snyder. It might have been him as well. This, I skipped right over the MOC card. He's called Storst Castle, a classic castle. Nothing else needs to be said because I think the MOC speaks for itself. It's incredible architecture, incredible like physics for the waterfall on both sides of it, the waves. The waves. Wonderful, wonderful, gorgeous eye candy in Lego form. Again, this rides in the field of Lego becoming art. The first thing attracted me here was actually these tiny sheep. I love that idea for the design. And all these are made very simply by the Travis brick, which is a 1x1 that has studs on all the sides of it except for the anti-stud. So you can attach things in 5 different directions. That's very well done. I love the Travis brick. It's one of my favorite of all time. So seeing it used effectively like that is really smart. I love the teeth piece being used. That's very smart. A couple different tree designs all through here. Got to talk with him a little bit earlier about what designs were implemented for which trees. And I do appreciate them. Even all this vine work, swamp work. Really impressive stuff. You could say that no stud is left unturned. Just gorgeous. All right. We're actually at the tail end of the MOC area. And anything to my left would be vending related, bingo, tables, etc. I do want to give some props for MOCs about Bionicle pieces, CCBS, etc. But there have been some I've seen in various shows. So there's not a lot I can say this time around, but still some to appreciate. Mata, Bionicle stop motion show. Callan Love. Most iconic, yeah. I don't remember if it was these I've seen before, maybe BrickFair, Virginia? I could be wrong about that. There are definitely ones like these I've seen before at one of the previous BrickFair shows. So much props there. Really nice articulation on all the characters and beefing up their designs from the original sets. I like it. I guess I'll check that out. Moving things on. We have Warrior Swords, Warrior Dinosaurs from the Bionicle world. Probably an expansion on the canceled idea about dinosaurs actually being implemented in Bionicle in the early years, or around 2008, 2009 or so. So I appreciate that somebody else took it up. They're actually using different beast-like parts, CCBS, creature character building system, making parts out of those work with organic life. My mom enjoyed the flying ace because she's a fan of peanuts. Absolutely. I shared it with my mom as well because she loves peanuts. So that went pretty well for, I think everybody enjoys that one. A lot of interesting mechs in here. Crystalline crustacean, I like that. The play on words, or the alliteration, and it just rolls off the tongue. Storm King by Duncan Limbo. Oh, these are all Duncan Limbo now. I didn't know we entered his realm. I've already seen him and talked with him a few times during the weekend. I've seen him in BrickFair, New Jersey as well. I don't remember if I saw him in Virginia. Tragically overlooked MOC. Is it about the X-Wing? Because the X-Wing is pretty cool. I remember seeing that in Virginia. So maybe he was there. I don't know. I remember talking to him then. But anyways, great guy. He was the one that won the combo. Oh, dropped my one by one brick again. He was the one that I showed on my post recently about, we had a combo build and this is the person who won. Yeah, he's really impressive. Lots of interesting ways of using parts I would not have imagined. Check out his work. He is on Flickr. He did have an article for the new Elementary worth checking out there as well. Ah, that's my favorite of his. And yeah, that already won an award. The Crystalline Tree. It's really nice, especially when it glows. It almost doesn't look purple, it looks more blue, but it is impressive nonetheless. Made out of all the same color and mostly the same joints. These are funny birds. A couple of things I've seen a few times. Andrew, I'm familiar with a couple of these mugs from various shows. Just wanted to address this one. I think he's been on there for a while, actually. And yeah, I did sign in the guest book. I have been meaning for a while to get back into BZ Power and Bionolog. Even though I'm not much of a Bionicle builder now, I have been planning it for a long time. So I've had stuff appear in the Bionicle section at BrickFair or Philly Brickfest or whatever the case may be. Maybe you'll see more in the near future. We'll see. Let's see what happens. I like to be optimistic. Even if it's ambitious, I like to be like hopeful, thinking, oh, I'm gonna. Kevin, send me a text message. There we go, Bionolog. I actually looked into it again during this show. So hopefully I could work with that for future shows. Not that you have to be a member of Bionolog to display Bionicle here, but there are some benefits to it. I actually have Brick Badger 2 related to that, and I only signed up for 1 year, and I'm like, oh, I probably should do that again, and then I kind of just drift off of that. So, quick walk through there, and surprisingly, we're still open. All right, then. Maybe we're out early. Wait, maybe we're open later than I thought. I don't actually remember. Anywho, check out this beaut. That is gorgeous. I like the green mech dragon set. It was a really cool build. I love posing it around things in various parts of the Lego room. So I gotta give some props to Nathan Don for his model of recreating it in Kaiju Edition. So just ultimately beefing it up, amping it up, as if the Ninjago movie didn't try that already. Lloyd's trusty dragon beefed up with tons of sand green. You bet your boots. This is just amazing. I love when creature heads like this are given a better body to them. Like it fits better this way. Not to say it's not good in the original set, but they can add so much more onto it to make it this. I am such a reviewer. Oh, what am I doing? We have a Minecraft city. I don't know. Maybe it was a typo. I have been looking to Minecraft recently, especially, something I've always been interested in. The Lego Minecraft sets have a lot of modularity to them, and I've always been curious about trying to build more on top of them and expand them. But the thing that's got me really back interested into it is kids in my family that I could make some cool displays for them and get to show them more that Lego Minecraft can offer. So I do pay attention to MOCs like this, rearranging the Minecraft sets into a useful world. So we have that. That's pretty good. And I do not have all the sets here, but I recognize various sets here. So that's pretty neat. I do want to point out this one, as it was pointed out to me. I saw it all through the weekend. It's massive. Oh, it's so massive. It's It's insane how all this effort and all these pieces were put into this. And this is all in tribute to the MMORPG Lego Universe back in about 2010 or so. Didn't last long, but it was very memorable for people. A lot of people that enjoyed it, enjoyed playing it, and they created, or this person in particular, Caleb, who's done some really cool work here anyways, that outside of this. Caleb Elliott, I'm assuming that's the pronunciation, has created this massive scene from one of the intros of Lego Universe. Even having the models in it. I love when Lego game or Lego media adaptations are actually built. That is so cool to see in person. I actually do like how they use different parts for each of the main characters, both old and new at the time of release and afterwards. They even had a Pod 11, which was, from what I was told, a promotion for the game where they sent around these models or vehicles representing models to explain more about Lego Universe. Just never makes sense to display a set or modified set if it were a mock or when a set is personal creation. Yes, that is to be fair. The Minecraft arrangement is not necessarily a mock. That's why I danced around the word a few times. However, it's still good for a display. It's not the kind of thing I would vote on in the competitions as a mock. I would just say, that looks good. It's good to see the sets put together, instead of just seeing in the back of a catalog or at a poster or something. And you also get different years and waves of these sets, so you can encourage more out of them. They're still in the same aesthetic and the same source material to get more going. But yeah, to be fair, I wouldn't exactly call it a mock. This was pretty impressive too. This one is called Silvery by Caleb. That was another really good Caleb mock.
Hey, I got it.
A lot of interesting uses of pieces, especially for the dragon wings, to make a feathered kind of clothing. Alright, Additive Bricks. This will all be up on the channel so you can see more about it. No, I don't know what's happening in the background. Said in a layout makes sense. Yeah. Let's see. There were some other ones I wanted to point out. I'm just trying to scroll back through the tables, figure out which ones they were. There's still a lot of impressive stuff in between, but as somebody that's working here, I haven't really had enough time to investigate everything. I'm doing my best with it now and some of tomorrow, perhaps. I want to say that's Rendini. I don't know if that's what they were intending for this guy in the back corner. I know Clutch Power is custom made there. Again, this is based on Lego Universe. And again, it's from Caleb. Best Lighted Mock. It's a nomination. Yep, because obviously there has to be more than one thing to be nominated to, compete for that. But a really impressive. Again, I remember seeing this even in the magazines and the catalogs as an advertisement, and I thought that was a really cool design for a spaceship. Now it's here in person. I can actually walk around this thing. You can tell that there's a lot of love and admiration into this mock, into any of the ones based on Lego Universe, because of all the attention to detail. Adding little bits here and there, making arrangements of characters. Kevin Hinkle is a big fan of Lego Universe, so fair of him to be in the mock as well. But even for me, who's never played Lego Universe, as an outsider, I still appreciate the effort and the dedication from fans. There is a large Harry Potter display as well over here, where it's making a custom track, some road plates with cobblestone design, different arrangements in the buildings. It was pretty cool to see earlier. Yeah, I heard some of the Harry Potter music playing as well. Created by Philip Gidier. I may be mispronouncing that as well. I'm only going based off of what I can read. But it covers a little bit of most of the modern Harry Potter sets. I don't know if I don't know if they've really gone through and recreating the very old ones, unless you count the Hollow, which right here, have that standing up. And this is also participated by Glug, Gidier Lego User Group. So there's more information on their site about that. Glug is a funny acronym, but yeah, moving on from that, because I believe it's as like at least stemming from a family project. I'd have to look more into details. Wizard Graveyard. Okay. Oh, we got the forest scene from the Tri-Wizard tournament. Yeah, okay. That's a neat way to do it. They had a more fully fleshed out version of the Harry Potter Quidditch field. And this is the kind of thing I actually enjoy. Even if it's not a thing that I am a fan of or greatly fan of. I'm not as greatly a fan of Harry Potter as other people here. But I still enjoy it. What I enjoy is that they'll take a Lego set and amplify it to what they want. Make it bigger than what it is. The Lego set is a good serviceable play set in 9 times out of 10. But for the other part, it's not going to capture all of the authenticity or the scale of what people remember. Even with this great haul, it's looking much more impressive than the set version, and that's totally fine. It's kind of the encouragement that a Lego set could have, that they're actually making people wanted to expand upon it. And we'll see more of that when we get back over to the YouTube area, as some of you might know. Got Hogsmeade Village, all right. Got some forested area for Hagrid, and a unique way of building his hut. I'm never really sure on Hagrid's hut if it's supposed to be one enclosure or two that are right next to each other, because I've seen that teeter between both, mostly the first one, and I think recently in the last version that they produced from Lego was like a double, so I'm not sure. And there we have that. Again, there is still plenty of impressive stuff here, but I know that I can't cover everything, and I do have some of tomorrow. I could try to do more of that. They made an R-Wing! Oh, I'm not even a Star Fox fan that much, but I like this. I like this in Lego form. That is sweet. I should go back for that, take a photo. A couple things I have gone around taking photos, trying to share them through social media, mostly through Instagram. You've seen a couple of photos, video through the story, and again through highlights. So there's that option if you wanted to see more things that weren't covered here, or with a little bit more time to them. A lot of space here. I do remember some of this from BrickFair, Virginia. Maybe New Jersey? I'm not sure. I might have seen it in New Jersey. But I definitely remember a lot of the M-Tron stuff here from Virginia. And that's still really impressive. A lot of different ways that they use specific parts because of colors and making what they want. Making those tubes, that's really cool. Different arrangements for those. There's a lot to love here. There's a lot to love here. And a large monorail surrounding the entire thing. And it's also really good. I want to throw down for some of these pop-up books, which is a really impressive idea of a MOC from various people, recreating skits or scenes or film, whatever the case may be, something in pop culture. I believe we're leaning towards pop culture here. Yeah, there aren't any banners to properly outline it, or for me to point to and say, that's it. Best theme, going to Robo Dino. Someone age 10. That's still pretty creative. All right, so I don't know all of the references, but I do recognize some of these, like Home Improvement right here. Hey, Dave, what's going on? I do like some of the little bits in here and trying to recreate the characters and the scene, the studio set, I should say. This one doesn't have any kind of card next to it, but the first one was Does Everyone Know What Time It Is by Steve Thomas. Up here we have The Old House in Paris, Covered in Vines by Meredith Nashowitz, maybe? I could be wrong about that. I don't get the reference, but it is still pretty neat and a lot of interesting uses of parts. We have The Book of Magic by Todd Miranda. You might have seen that name before. This book may reveal secrets of magic teleportation, or it may just create more questions. So I believe that the book is supposed to have something to pull against it, where the figures move from one side to the other. I don't know. I haven't actually seen it in motion, how that exactly turns out. We don't have a name for this one, unfortunately. We do have The Mandalorian, for those of you enjoying your Star Wars, and there have been some Star Wars scattered about here. I haven't seen it as beefy as other shows, but it's still available in this, even in this table. We can see it in there. Pop-up edition from Jordan Wiley. Or Willie. What? Willie. It's 2 L's. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, making a micro form of it. That's pretty cool, having a large part of Mount Crumpet created. And I like the way they did the sled. That is neat. The pop-up book has to be my favorite of the group because of the micro scale, because of a fabulous, memorable movie, because it's so darn tall and that can fit inside of the book. That's impressive. I'd love to see that actually closed. And Ted Brown, props to you, man. This is an X-Parrot from Eric Allen. You got me. It's a reference, it's a scene, rather, it's a sketch from Monty Python's Flying Circus, a British comedic show, a couple of decades old now, but still very fun. So I do appreciate a lot of the detail in here for the shop itself, where it didn't even need to be all that decorated. There we go. Here's some more Star Wars for y'all. I don't have a name here, unfortunately, but a good recreation of a famous scene. You know. Eric Allen, back at it again. Maybe he made the rest of these that were Star Wars related. No, he didn't make the Mandalorian one. That one is someone else, to Jordan. Right. That's it. Bob Ross. All right. just moseying around this Star Wars assembly, Star Wars area. I like this. That is cool, having the instruction manual there. All right. You have some force choking action up in the foreground. Just a regular day at Outpost Echo Madre, based upon the Imperial Rapid Deployment Station from the Hideouts and Strongholds book of the original Star Wars RPG. Extended universe much, maybe? It's still admirable. Even having this whole diagram and explanation about it, that's pretty darn sweet. I like it. And a little references of things in the background. It's just fun. There's Abraham Lincoln hunting vampires in back there. I just noticed that now. That's great. Eric Allen, you have a sense of humor. I like. And he also has some family time, which is pretty fun. Having a hovercraft version of the camper from Lego City. Spending family time with Luke, Leia, and Darth Vader. Nicely done there. Alright, let's have another look around. There are some really impressive creatures here. I dig these. I dig the color schemes. I dig the theming. This is really nice. I don't know how much of this inspiration I can take back home with me, though. There's so much good here, though. I appreciate it. I do like this revamp of the drillings. Deep Core Driller, that's it. From Mars Mission. That is a really good upgrade. I've built that. I built the set that it's based on. It's kind of clunky. I eventually will do a video about Mars Mission. Someday. Oh well. For now, we have these to admire. Is that an adventurer's adventurer's jungle temple? How did I miss this? How did I walk over this? Baron von Baron and Lord Sam Sinister have kidnapped Johnny Thunder's friends and are forcing him to go to the temple. So it's basically a recreation of Raiders of the Lost Ark, but replacing it with Indiana Jones, or with adventurers characters. I like it. That's my jam. I hope that's the intention, because that's sweet. I never get enough of adventures. A lot of cool mechs in here. Some of them almost having a miniature feel, but still pretty impressive. Another Minecraft world from Coleman. Oh, sorry, I forgot to read the name of the other one. There was Ryan Free. Nicely done, Ryan Free. 16, all right. We have another Minecraft world here. And this one's a lot more experimental. Trying a lot more different things than just plopping sets together. I do appreciate that. I do like the other one of having the volume of sets, but this one actually does more of the items, the objects that exist in Minecraft, and trying to recreate a world out of them. So of Ultimate Doom, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yep. There is still Virginia. We still got that coming up later this year. So we have that to enjoy. This birdhouse. It's a house. It's a bird that has a house for a body. This is kooky and I like it. It puts a big smile on my face. It reminds me of one of the first MOCs I brought to conventions for display, which was based on Daffy Duck. It was a slightly modified form of him from Duck Amok, which I've done a video about on my channel a long time ago. But that kind of outward thinking, even for someone young, is really impressive. There's a lot to learn from young and old. Pencil cracks me up. James Burrows, you've done it again. Very big pencil in capital letters. I saw that move around a few times, and I am all for it. RC battle tanks. That looks dangerous / not dangerous. It's a neat idea, though. And Studweiser, the name alone gets an A+ for me. A Lego twist to a popular drink icon. And I love this. I mean, yes, I did see this before. Had to be either Virginia or New Jersey, I'm not sure, but at some time last year I did see this before at a show, and I definitely highlighted about those Clydesdale horses. Those heels, those hooves. That's a great idea. I think it was Virginia. So I have it in a folder with Virginia stuff, so I'm gonna gonna presume that's what it was. Modern House by Stefan Formatano. All right. I got a Bolo Poppy in here and a Bricks Ninja. Welcome. Modern House. Pretty sweet. It almost looks like it's from a movie. Like a popular movie. I don't know. But it's very clean. Very clean. Meanwhile, we transition to something that's not as clean, but still, oh, it's such good eye candy. Eye candy in Lego form for sure. Alice's Brickyard, welcome to the stream. This has to be one of my favorite MOCs of the entire show that I haven't seen before. How have I not seen this before? I hope this is continued in other shows. Stefan, you've done it again and done it better. Bolo Papoy? Is that gonna pronounce correctly? We have Cyberpunk Megacity by Stefan. Explore the city of the near future. Welcome to Cyberpunk Megacity. Oh, this is a place I'd like to live in. This is a pure treat. This is wonderfully decorated all throughout. All well thought out. I mean, I will admit some of the stickers on here overlapping with each other and over assembly. Yeah, but who am I to talk about it? This really does feel like Ninjago City, though, on crack, if I can say that on here, because it has a lot of influence from various media, from various fictions, science fictions, but so much bigger. So much bigger. It's so much more that can be done with this. This is a play experience. This is a display experience. This is just gorgeous. I was actually talking with the person that was setting this up, Stefan, when everyone was just coming in, checking in, and had a couple things already propped up, but still being worked on. And from what he's told me, this section right here is actually based on a real building in Japan, where there are all these apartments that can pop right off of the real life building and be transported somewhere else if need be. It is eerily similar to the stacks of Ready Player One, but not this creation itself intending to be that. It's based on real life, but that's incredible. It's really neat. The craziest mock I've ever seen, almost looking like this. I'd say this rides right up there. I can't think from other shows what I would call a crazy mock or even repeats from this show. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it, man. Oh, that's good. Playing Lego Movie 2 video game. I am. I've played some of it, but I haven't played it in a while, so I don't know how much more I could offer for that. So, and I also can't judge it based on the Lego Movie 1 or 2 with that in mind. Because it's like, well, yeah, I've logged more time into Lego Movie 1, but not enough time in Lego Movie 2 to judge them fairly. This is actually pretty neat. I don't know why I didn't see this before. Ninjago Royal Palace by Meredith Najewitz. Again, sorry for the pronunciation. However, this one did win a staff favorite already. Impressive. All right. I don't know what's going on in the background, but people just having their own kind of fun. That roof is something to ogle. Even underneath the roof, so many parts in so many ways. I love seeing things like that. The repetition of them, making a pattern out of them, the intricacies, using them in different ways. I can't get enough of it, folks. That's why I keep coming back. The people and learning from those people. Tragically overlooked mock indeed. I actually passed by this one before, but not after seeing a lot of other ones from the show. And I am both impressed by this, but also appalled by this. Patrick Higgins, you did a wonderful job, and you have a lot of wonderful MOCs here. Thank you for bringing them to the show. However, you just had to go and include a certain new character that may or may not be rivaling Mario as far as the largest franchise in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. A certain Bailiff. I don't know if it's the correct pronunciation, but that's what I've been going with. Bailiff from Fire Emblem. I don't hate the character, I hate the franchise. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I will give it respect that it's something that just came out this week for that new character, and they had the parts to add it into this MOC. They could have easily done it before that happened. So that is impressive on its own. I will give it credit. I also like the Big Fig versions of Bowser and Donkey Kong. King K. Rool. He's so cool. And what's also really fun about this is that this is the kind of stuff that I used to do as a kid. Not necessarily for every Nintendo character, or even for Super Smash Bros. As a whole. But any license that wasn't already created in LEGO, I tried to use parts in purest custom ways to recreate them. I used Knight's Kingdom parts to recreate Sonic characters, and now we have an actual Sonic minifigure. Which is probably the most authentic out of all of these because obviously it's made for it. But you also could count the Mario custom on the side. Thank you. I'm glad you agree. And go to the Lego Pokemon. Yep, absolutely. I'm not going to overlook the Lego Pokemon on the side here because these are also Ridley, and the Blue Falcon. This is something I want at home right now. How do I get in touch to get the instructions for that? That is so cool. Anywho, moving on. We have a whole lot of Pokemon in here. Pokemon Starters, also by Patrick. All of the Pokemon Starters final evolutions. I can't name all of them, but mad appreciation for the details, for the building techniques. Oh, it's so good. So many different ways that they tried to capture everything here. I do want a Sceptile like that, and I will probably come back for pictures of it. And a couple of these starters, actually. The one on the far right, behind Swampert. I dig that one. I don't know what its name is. I know the Piplup is the starter first evolution of it. That's all I remember. This is actually really impressive. That's the kind of thing I feel like Kevin has probably taken a look at before, because I know that he's wanted to recreate he's wanted to recreate Pokemon in Lego, and relatively minifigs go. But yeah, even these are still all three, and still really good. Actually, that explains why Charizard is in the front here. Oh yeah, because we have Squirtle and Ivysaur, not. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. Mewtwo, dang. Pikachu. I honestly think that looks better for Pikachu in scale. But, yeah, you gotta tell them apart somehow. It's still really cool. Mad props, yo. This is what we like. This is what I need. Alright, I actually missed part of this side, and Patrick Higgins had another really good MOC that got me into this table, really. Outside of the Mega City. Arkham Asylum was pretty cool, but mostly just because of like the volume of characters. It does have a nice size to the whole thing, but there's not much else I could I want to commend it for right off the hand. We will actually be starting to shut things down real soon, but we do have pieces of cinema showing up here. This is again Patrick Higgins. We recreated various movies from various years. You probably recognize some of these, with or without caption.
Like, there's the overpass. Yeah, it's like pretty close.
All right, so unfortunately we didn't get to the YouTuber tables yet, but I still wanted to cover a lot of stuff. I am trying to do videos separately about this whole area, which is all just about history, and I like that. I like the displays with these. I have seen them at various shows, and very well documented. Actually written up documentation. Also just the catalog of sets in between them. To talk about Castle, or Space, or Western, Pirates, Model Team, and good members of the community that have contributed to those. Wanted set. And there's a KP Toy sticker on it too. Alright. I'm gonna have to grab my stuff, pack up, head out, and recoup for tomorrow, basically. Just doing a brief walkthrough here. I do have several of the Western sets here. I know that Beyond the Brick and Kevin Hinkle did a good segment about this for the near future. Skywalker Saga I am looking forward to. I'm highly looking forward to as a video game in general, not even just for a Lego game. Lego Nintendo would be amazing. The closest that we've had was Lego City Undercover, having some Mario references and Nintendo references on the Wii U version. I don't know if it translated to the Switch, but since it became multi-console after that, I have a feeling it probably got brushed. Hashtag memes. Yeah, it was about the Joker staircase. I think it was. Do I have Reddit? I don't know how to use Reddit, or I would have tried more for that. If anybody could show me how that works and how it could be useful, functional. What is this? What do they do here? All right, then. I don't know if that's a thing I can really use, but if it is, I would be interested in it. And, okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to look more at that. I know people in the community have Reddit, and sometimes I get things through Twitter that are connected to Reddit, and there are some really cool things in there. I saw somebody that tried to build a Lego brick house, where it looks like a giant brick on the outside of it. And I tried to modify that design so I could make something a little different. Still make it a brick house, but a different kind, or something like that. So I do like Reddit for some things, but I think I have an account on there. I just don't do anything with it. I don't know how to navigate it. But yeah, shoot me an email, maniacforbricks@gmail.com, so we can talk about that further in private. And hopefully I can utilize that. I do still have Discord, Maniac for Bricks, usually in the description of each video. I do have to modify descriptions and social media links and a couple other things. Patreon needs some upgrading. I've been trying to do that for a while as well, trying to make it benefit you guys before I actually announce anything new. A couple other things here and there. I'm sure when they're finalized, when I actually have a good idea how that's going to work and something you guys will enjoy, I will share it with you. For right now, I did not bring any MOCs to BrickFair, Alabama. The only things I brought were myself and my clothes and toiletries and the essentials. But I know already I'm taking back home quite a bit of Lego, some goodies on the exhibitor bags and things like that, prizes, yard sale stuff. I should make some kind of haul and then maybe a separate video for a recap. I'm still playing around what's going to be on what channel, but I'd still like to do something special and still capture the experience. I've never been to Alabama itself. I've never been that far south unless it was Florida, and that was a long time ago. And being in the area, being in the environment, yes, BrickFair is still BrickFair, but it is still a different group of people that I get to interact with. And especially with the YouTube area, it's been flourishing. So I really appreciate that. And I may be a little sentimental, but I mean what I say. One of the biggest things that brings me back for any convention are the people. And for Lego, it's the community. Because there are already a handful of people I know and will interact with. And it's great to do more with them in person. I can't tell you how all the dinners have been, or the lunches, or just being around here, doing activities here. I feel like I should probably put this into a video sometime later. Anywho, let's get things wrapped up. I just have an empty Pirates bag here from someone's throwaways. Like I said, a couple things from... actually, this one was from a claw machine. No one's going to believe me except for They Might Be Bricks, who was actually there. But I threw $1 into the claw machine just to see how rigged it was going to be. And I wound up getting this. I didn't expect it to actually grab the box and lift it out of there. I think it was laying like this or so. Like this side. So I was lucky with that. Got it for $1. Unless you got the $3 after it that I wasted and tried to get video, and I'm like, oh, nope, no one's gonna believe this. Yes, you can contact me through Discord as well to figure out how Reddit is gonna operate. I still have to figure out all the social media stuff and also the things with Kappa. And I know some people in the community changing it up. All right, just gotta pack up. So yeah, 3 things from the yard sale. All bag of parts for spares, and we're off. So thanks for watching. Sorry for the rush at the end. Have a good night, everyone. More mosaic building tomorrow, all freshened up, ready to go. And have yourselves a wonderful weekend.